Ready to go! Yes, that's a man!
Alrighty YouTube, welcome to another video. I don't usually do videos like this. It's the morning after my training session with Lachlan Adair. I'm out on the table doing my usual thing, which if you've been following me recently, I kind of share with you guys everything that I do. I often put a podcast on. I come out here, I've got 15 kilos on. Right now I'm working on pronation from center. And I'll just sit here and do reps. But anyway, I thought I'd have a chat with you guys whilst I'm doing it this time. And I thought I'd have a chat with you about the balance. Lachlan Adair. It's a fluid thing. A lot of people have their opinion on who's better, who's stronger, who's number one. Does Lachlan start too carved in? Do I don't know, do I get him to act? All sorts of questions. All sorts of things that I can talk about whilst I'm sitting here doing some pronation, some rotation. But interesting training last night. It had been about 2.5 weeks since Lachlan and I had pulled, and Lachlan felt really strong last night. I felt good going in terms of how much fatigue I had. I train every day. You guys know I train every day. So there's always some fatigue. Lachlan does the same. There's always fatigue on him. I think he was hadn't trained as heavy, which if you watch last night's video, you'll see him acknowledge that. When I asked him what was the story with 2.5 weeks ago when I was kicking his ass, were you tired? What? He basically said to me that yeah, he'd done a heavy session, and he used to be able to do those heavy sessions the same day as pulling me, but he can no longer do that, and so that was kind of what was going on. So Lachlan didn't train heavy yesterday prior to that pull, and you could see the balance was more typical of where it's at. Now Lachlan's a strong dude. You know, if there's anyone that believes in Lachlan, it's me. I think Lachlan is so strong. I think he's in the top tier of strength within the sport. I think that he could pull almost anyone, and I think when Levan gets here to Australia, we'll get to see exactly where Lachlan's at in terms of his power. It'll be really good to get Levan's opinion on where Lachlan's at, where I'm at, relative to the people he knows within his part of the world. So it'll be good. I can't wait to ask Levan the question: who would you match Lachlan with in a super match? Who would you match me with? And his answers are very exciting to me. But anyway, so Lachlan Adair and I training last night was really good. It was nice. Nice to get that grip up and feel that balance once more. We got the prospect of Lachlan and I facing is an interesting one. When people watch us train, you can see there's reasons why we would not have a super match, and there's clearly reasons why we should. The reasons why we shouldn't have a super match is like, we're training partners. We know each other back to front. We get an indication of where we're at constantly, and it kind of defeats the purpose in pulling when there's other people to conquer. We do have respect for Ben Carroll, albeit the dude avoids Australian competition. Lachlan's asked for super matches for him for a long time, and he's kind of always had an excuse. I've asked him for a super match since beating Ryan Scott, and he had an excuse. So Ben's kind of, you can only avoid the matches so many times when we're offering and still have us consider you as a necessary tick in the box. So Ben, we'll see. He may turn up at the Over the Top tournament, which will be the opportunity for us to pull. But Lachlan Adair and I facing, there is reason for it. Eventually we will face. We just undeniably will. You can see from training that Lachlan should be the favorite, but here's the thing about me is I'll never concede. I'll never back down. When Lachlan and I train, it's different. When that referee gets involved, there's different factors. There's the complete straightening of wrists. There's the manipulations of it being in a ref's grip. There's more opportunity to utilize the quick twitch. There's more opportunity to utilize deception, and I always do feel if Lachlan is starting completely square with his wrist straight. That if I get the right execution and I keep his wrist flat, I can pin him. If Lachlan gets his wrist bent, he's too strong. Combination of his wrist flexion and his bicep just gives him control of the rotation, and my bicep gets opened up. I try to match his rotation, but I can't because he's got the combination of the bicep with it. And speaking of which, it's really interesting. Lachlan last night, I don't know if you've noticed, if you scroll back a year or so and look at Instagram photos of Lachlan and I, it was always Lachlan's left bicep that looked like the big one, or the boss out of the two. His right bicep now is like, oh my goodness. Doing the double guns he was showing me last night, his right is so much bigger than his left now. It's hilarious. So I take credit for that. I asked Lachlan last night what was the ratio of time that he spends on right to left, and he's about 80-20 right to left in terms of time under tension on the table and time under tension in the gym specifically as well. So 80-20 on the giant pumpkin factor for Lachlan. My answer to the same question is I think I'm 98-2 for the ratio. My left does no training in this respect, and my left, I arm wrestled left last night at Lachlan's place with a couple of the guys that were there, only because they asked me to, and it was for about 30 seconds. And the rest of the 2.5 hours that I was there was arm wrestling right. But yeah, anyway, so I thought that I would just do this short little video talking about the balance between Lachlan and I. It's Lachlan is the stronger man, yes. In most fundamental senses he is. Does it mean I can't beat him? Hell no. Hell no. Time will come, we'll get to face. It'll be in a tournament. Hopefully it'll be over the top, and it'll hopefully be the winner of that gets to face Levan Saganishvili in the final. What an honor. Just to be the dude who gets to face Levan Saganishvili. I'll be, if I get to the final against Levan, over the top two, I'll be, I'm sure Levan will be okay with it. I'll be like, Levan, can we please start in the straps? And how about you catch my hit? And from there, I just want to see if I can make him have to use 2 surges. If Levan Saganishvili had to use 2 surges from there, I would consider that such an achievement. But anyway, clearly the back pressure, the hand size, everything from Levan, if he wants to just go from center, would be very nasty, and I would never be able to get him to power. But I'm sure he'll be confident enough to give me some room to move. So Levan, if you're watching, I can't wait to have a crack at you. It'll be fun. Yeah guys, hope you're well. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing this now for the next 45 minutes, hour or so. I'll kill the video here, but I appreciate you guys, all the comments on last night's video with Lachlan. Yeah, I'll keep posting all that stuff as it comes to life, and yeah, I'll keep preparing for the inevitable opportunity that I have no idea is going to come. I'm really grateful Levan's going to be here, because that's going to be an opportunity for Lachlan and I just to show the world where we're at. Albeit we're not going to be at Levan level, we are going to be at a level where he gets to make an opinion, and to have an opinion from Levan of our level will be, I think, something that will be respected by the Eastern European and the Western arm wrestling world. If Levan says he thinks Lachlan could have a match with Gennady and be 50-50, that says a lot. If Levan thinks that I could have a match with Rustam, then that says a lot. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Levan's opinion is of our level, because I'm convinced it's up here. And yeah. Anyway guys, hope you're well. I'll speak soon.
Yes, that's a man!